Grand Assembly Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with nervous energy as representatives from across the known systems gathered for the most important diplomatic event in centuries. At the center of it all stood Princess Lyra of the Vorthok Empire, her crystalline blue skin catching the ambient light as she surveyed the crowd with ancient, knowing eyes. The humans had arrived 3 days prior, their small delegation looking remarkably ordinary compared to the exotic forms surrounding them. Ambassador Kane led the group with practiced diplomacy, flanked by his senior staff and military advisors. Behind them walked the younger members of their species, including Tom, barely 18 and fresh from the academy, who had been brought along primarily as a cultural observer. Tom felt completely out of place among the seasoned diplomats and battle-hardened veterans. While others discussed trade agreements and military alliances, he found himself fascinated by the incredible diversity of alien life forms present. The Vorthok themselves were perhaps the most striking, with their tall, elegant frames and skin that seemed to shift between shades of blue and silver depending on their emotions. Princess Lyra commanded attention wherever she moved. Stories of her tactical brilliance had spread throughout the galaxy, along with tales of her ability to read the intentions of other species with uncanny accuracy. The Vorthok Empire had remained neutral in most galactic conflicts, but recent threats from the expansionist Krell Federation had forced them to seek new alliances. The negotiations had been proceeding smoothly until the moment Princess Lyra made her unexpected announcement. Ambassador Kane had just finished outlining humanity's proposed defense treaty when the princess rose from her ornate throne, her movements fluid and purposeful. "The terms are acceptable," she said, her voice carrying clearly across the vast chamber. "However, I have one additional requirement for this alliance to proceed." The hall fell silent. Even the usually chattering Blix delegates stopped their constant whispers. Ambassador Kane maintained his diplomatic composure, though Tom could see the tension in his shoulders. "We are prepared to discuss any reasonable additions to the treaty, Your Highness," Kane replied carefully. Princess Lyra's gaze swept across the human delegation, lingering on each face before settling on Tom. The young man felt his heart skip, as those alien eyes seemed to peer directly into his soul. Around him, he could hear the sharp intake of breath from several delegates who had noticed the princess's focus. "The youngest human," she said, extending one slender finger in Tom's direction. "He is meant for me." The reaction was immediate and explosive. The Vorthok delegation erupted in shocked chittering, while the human representatives exchanged bewildered glances. Tom felt the blood drain from his face as hundreds of alien eyes turned toward him. "Your Highness," Ambassador Kane began, his diplomatic training struggling to process this unprecedented situation. "I'm not sure I understand." "It is quite simple," Princess Lyra interrupted, her tone remaining calm despite the chaos around her. "Your species intrigues me, Ambassador Kane. In my studies of human culture and psychology, I have observed that your youngest often possess qualities that your elders have forgotten. Curiosity, adaptability, the ability to see beyond established patterns." She stepped down from her throne, moving with predatory grace toward the human delegation. Tom found himself frozen as she approached, her alien beauty both mesmerizing and terrifying. "This one," she continued, stopping directly in front of Tom, "has been watching, learning, understanding. While your diplomats speak of military specifications and trade routes, he observes our customs, our body language, our cultural nuances. He sees what others miss." Tom's mouth had gone completely dry. "Your Highness, I'm just an observer. I don't have any special." "You cataloged 17 different emotional states among my people, based solely on skin color variations," Princess Lyra said softly, cutting him off. "You noticed that Minister Vell favors his left arm due to a old injury, affecting his negotiation posture. You identified the significance of the silver threading in Counselor Nix's robes, marking her as recently bereaved. The accuracy of her observations sent a chill through Tom. He had indeed noticed these details, filing them away out of pure curiosity. But he hadn't realized anyone else was paying attention to his attention. Ambassador Kane stepped forward protectively. Your Highness, Tom is barely an adult by our standards. Whatever arrangement you're proposing, I propose nothing inappropriate, Princess Lyra said firmly. Among my people, when we say someone is meant for another, we speak of destiny, of compatible purposes. I believe this young human and I are destined to work together. She turned back to Tom, her expression softening slightly. The galaxy faces threats that require new perspectives, new approaches. The Krell Federation grows bolder each day, and traditional military responses have proven insufficient. What I need is not a warrior or a politician, but someone who can truly understand alien minds. Tom found his voice at last. What exactly are you asking of me? Serve as my cultural advisor, Princess Lyra replied. Help me understand not just humanity, but all the species we encounter. Your gift for observation, combined with human intuition, and my people's analytical capabilities, could forge alliances that pure diplomacy cannot achieve. The proposal hung in the air like a challenge. Tom could feel the weight of expectation from his own delegation, the skeptical attention of alien representatives, and something else from Princess Lyra herself, a genuine hope that he couldn't quite understand. The position would be temporary, she added, perhaps sensing his hesitation. 1 year to begin with. You would retain your human citizenship and could return home at any time. Tom looked back at Ambassador Kane, who gave him an almost imperceptible nod. The older man had spent decades in diplomatic service and recognized an opportunity when he saw one. I accept, Tom said quietly, then repeated it louder for the benefit of the entire assembly. I accept your offer, Your Highness. Princess Lyra's skin shifted to a warm golden hue that Tom somehow understood represented satisfaction and approval. Around them, the various alien delegations began chattering again. But the tone had changed from shock to curiosity. As the formal ceremonies concluded and the treaty was signed, Tom found himself wondering what he had gotten himself into. Princess Lyra approached him one final time as the crowds began to disperse. You made the right choice, she said simply. Together, we will accomplish things that neither of our species could achieve alone. Looking into her alien eyes, Tom felt a strange certainty that she was right. The galaxy was about to become a much more interesting